Welcome back to this Let's Play of the original official campaign for Neverwinter Nights 2. We've been doing a bunch of side quests in the Black Lake District, and this is just another one sent by Brelena, Captain of the Watch. And these guys are all undercover watchmen, and I guess they're here to help us. And I am apparently supposed to be a fake noble who is trying to buy stuff. And apparently they see through my disguise pretty easily. And I have Grobnar using Inspire Competence, and I cast Greater Heroism on myself, so I actually have a whole bunch of skills that I shouldn't have. Alright, and we actually managed to fake our way through it. And just for the fun of it, I'm gonna mess around with this fight a little bit. I cast Protection from Good on... I believe I cast Protection from Good. I hope I cast Protection from Good on all my party members. I may have cast Protection from Evil accidentally. But I'm gonna cast Mind Fog on these guys, which gives a penalty of -10 to all will save while in the area of effect. So when Grobnar here casts Confusion, what should happen, good, is all of them are confused, and my characters, since they're protected from good, can't be affected by Grobnar's Confusion because it's a mind-affecting spell, and they're immune to mind-affecting spells of the appropriate alignment, and, well, we just clean up. And I guess we couldn't arrest them, but, you know, that was a bit of a rout, and we'll report that in later. In addition to the usual garbage, they do drop on a piece of armor called Rogue Links, which is essentially a +3 chain shirt. It's got some other skill bonuses on it I don't really care about, but since Grobnar is really not taking advantage of the full amount of dexterity available on his Mithril Chainmail, it's a better suit of armor, assuming I don't cast mage armor on him. Assuming I only have so many of these bracers of armor, so I'm just kind of passing him around. But, well, you know, it's better than poking the eye with a sharp stick. I've never really had an opportunity to compare that. I mean, I've never been poked in the eye with a sharp stick, so, I mean, maybe being poked in the eye with a sharp stick is kind of fun. I wouldn't recommend it. It seems like, just based on equivalent experiences, being poked in the eye with a sharp stick is probably a bad thing. There's one more side quest to do here. It involves Castle Never. We'll come back to Castle Never a couple of times, actually, but not for a while. Talk to Sir Naval here. And apparently there are some traitors that Luskin has bought off, and he wants us to deal with them. We can also hand in the journal we found earlier for, you know, a little bit of money and some more XP. That particular action also increases your influence with Neverwinter, which is not shown, but it affects the ending of the game. I didn't show the walk over here, it's at the far side of the district. And you can more or less say, hey, we're here to arrest your friend. And, yeah, they just attack. Nobody saw that coming. Not at all.
Here I come, ready or not.
while we're, you know, messing around, is there anybody left? We can cast Glass Doppelganger again. Let's see what these stats these guys actually have. Yeah, they're pretty weak. Well, that was a bit of a mauling. I guess that's it. Alright, well, I'm going to report back to Naval. Back at Sir Naval, handing it in. And, you know, for a quest that took me like 4 minutes to complete, 1500 XP is a pretty big reward. Actually, we just gained level 12, a character level 12, and we're already halfway to 13. By the way, those guys drop a very important item. There's some other things they drop, like this Mercy Killer Blade, which is, I mean, it's an okay rapier. And Breath of the Maiden is an okay short sword. I'll probably give them to Nishka in the short term. This Ring of Regeneration is very, very useful. And I'm actually going to have all my characters keep a ring slot open so I can just pass it around. Because if somebody gets injured, you just put it on them, and, you know, at twice the speed of the Vigor spell, they just regain hit points. I'll probably leave it on LNE just by default.
Everyone follow me!
Because she doesn't have a lot of hit points, and so during combat it'll help keep her alive. But that's one of the best items you'll find for a long time. You cannot create anything like it. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Watch in the Merchant District, because we're done with all these side quests, and we do need to hand back in the task for Brelena. We can report back into Brelena that no, we could not arrest them. In fact, they
Blessings
resisted
of Tyr
as
be
usual.
upon you. Sir Naval has told me of your predicament, and it so happens that I have need of a squire. This is unusual, to say the least. Usually prospective squires spend months, even years, proving themselves before they are permitted to enter the nobility. But Captain Brelena and Sir Naval both vouch for your character and your ability, and I have heard of your exploits in the city as well. Still, count yourself lucky to avoid years of caring for my horse and scouring the rust from my arms and armor. Your need is great, so I'll take you as my charge. Not quite so simple as that, but years of service will be passed over in your case. I am Sir Grayson Corrit. My sword is sworn to Nasher, Neverwinter, and Tyr, and it falls to me to teach you chivalry, so that you will not dishonor me overmuch as your knight. Good. You appear capable of defending yourself, so we'll not discuss that. The Brotherhood of Knights is one without we are bound to be all squires have these rules impressed upon them by
give
rote and
long-winded
lash.
speeches about
But
duty
I
and honor.
suspect
We're
that
neutral,
you are
not
mature
lawful
enough to take
stupid.
the
Okay,
lesson without
okay.
the custom.
Shut up!
Knowing the code of conduct is important for a knight or squire, but living by that code is paramount. To be a knight is also to live a life of service to your lord and realm. You will be expected to perform certain duties for the crown. Given your unique circumstance, these duties will be waiting for you after the trial. However, there is one observance that cannot be postponed: the vigil. Your vigil is a time for reflection and contemplation. It is a sacred tradition. All who would become squires spend a night in the solace glade. You must spend the night alone, of course. Most choose to reflect on their vows or to ask the blessing of their gods. On the next morning, I will welcome you into our brotherhood. Come then, I will lead you to the solace glade.
And to a completely unrelated...
Quora yet lives. You swore to me the hostile would handle this.
We did, and we shall. I merely wished you to be here when the ritual took place, so you can see it for yourself. Have you brought what I asked?
Yes. Here is a hair from one of the pillows she slept on at the academy. And here is a thread from one of her robes she left behind as well.
Excellent. Yes, these will do. I can begin at once. But I shall also need a drop of blood from you to power this ritual.
My blood? Why?
Only from the blood of one strengthened by justice can justice be done.
Very well, but this stinks of necromancy.
Nothing of the sort. Necromancy is so obvious. No subtlety. This is something much different. I am calling an elemental, fueled by Quara herself. A reflection, if you will. Drawing from the same fire, the same blood. I think she will find this Animas Elemental more than a match for her.
When will it be sent after her?
Patience, my lord. Where she walks, this elemental shall soon find its way there.
That was random.
Every knight and squire of Neverwinter has touched this sacred ground. To Helm, to Tempest, to Torm, and to Tyr have prayers been given. Think on that. Think on the fellowship you wish to join. Perhaps clear your mind and think of nothing. I will return in the morning, and you will greet the new day as my squire.
Okay, sounds like fun.
Indeed, I take my leave of you and your thoughts.
Are you here? I can barely see anything out here.
Shouldn't be a problem. You have a burning blade in your hand that should act as a torch if nothing else.
Look, the way trouble follows you, there's no way I'd let you come out here alone. Well, I know you're concerned about me, but if I left, I'd only end up being attacked by Githyanki or demons. So I think right here by you is probably the safest place on Faerun for me. Plus, I wanted to see if any of the gods would want to inflict further punishment on you. Hey, did you hear something?
I didn't expect the girl to be here. We'll spare her the grief of crying over your corpse and kill her as well.
I'm right here, you know. Why don't you try?
We're the ones who've been sent to kill you, Squire. Try not to die too quietly.
Right. Now, unusually for assassins, they're wearing full plate. I don't know exactly what flavor of assassin they think they are, but,
Grab a buddy and let's head out.
you know, I want to make sure that Chandra doesn't walk into my fireball here. Oh.
Solace Glade, huh? Talk about a poor name choice. Those men came out of nowhere. Don't you ever spend one night in peace? I believe that. Hey, the leader there. He's got a ring on his finger. It's a circle with teeth or spikes.
A ring that's a circle. Surprise, surprise. Imagine that.
Could be, I suppose. It's hard to tell with all the blood. Here, you take the ring. I don't want to hold on to it. Look, maybe I better slip away before your knight returns. I don't want you getting into any trouble. Sure. Actually, in some ways, it was kind of fun. Good luck. And hopefully when we see each other again, you'll be Neverwinter's newest squire.
What happened? No doubt they caught wind of our plan, and saw this as their last chance to judge you as they wished. Either way, their efforts have failed, and that is all that matters. I take you as my squire, and bind you to the service of the throne of Neverwinter. This title also admits you into the nobility. For truly, there can be no charge nobler than protecting one's home from those who would threaten it. Come, Nasher should be informed of your change in station.
Nah, I want to have loot the bodies first. Anyway, I'll do that off screen, and that's it for this episode. Next time, we will start on the real sort of quest for Chapter 2.